Hello YouTube, this is the place where I got my first tattoo when I was 18 years old. 2 years later I came here to a place called True Love Art Gallery. I met an amazing artist named Jason Middleton. Today he's giving me a touch-up and we're going to talk about the tattoo culture here in Seattle. Alright, welcome Jason. Thank you so much for doing this.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yeah, definitely. Well, I guess to start off, how did you get started with your tattoo career?
Well, let's see. I was about to turn 30. I'd always been doing a lot of artwork in my life, pretty much every spare minute, and realized I should probably be doing something better than washing dishes and random construction jobs. So I got laid off from a job for because they didn't need me anymore, and I got unemployment, and I got an art studio for about a year. Right next to the cheapest apartment I could possibly find in Vermont, and just went to the studio and drew every day for like 12 hours a day for a year, and put together a portfolio. I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it, but brought it around to a couple different options, and one of them was tattooing, and they offered me an apprenticeship right away, and yeah, pretty much just been tattooing ever since.
Wow, that's an awesome way of one thing leading to another. You gotta express yourself, but
I knew if I put together something good, I could find something. So
oh my God, well, that's an awesome way to get started, right?
Yeah. Ended up being a choice between etching portraits on gravestones or tattooing, so marking people for the rest of their life or their death. So,
man, I would have gone death. Come on,
that was a fun choice to make.
An interesting one, at least.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome to hear. I was also going to ask, what do you think? Since you have done Vermont, you've done New Orleans as well. What do you think makes Seattle unique as far as tattoo culture?
Everyone here is good. Everyone here is really good. I've never seen a city like it before. I think it might be starting to change. It's getting a little saturated out here with a lot of artists, but I've never seen a city where you can just walk into any shop and pretty much expect some good work.
Yeah,
and people are very friendly to each other. Both other places that I've spent time, there's always a fair amount of feuds going on between shops and different artists.
Okay.
Rarely in Seattle. Like, people know each other, they like each other, they appreciate each other's work. Yeah, it's really friendly. It's a great environment.
Yeah, at the end of the day, that seems more important than some silly feud, like you were saying.
Yeah. A lot of people can just sort of hop from shop to shop and find a place that fits them really well, which is what I did, and I love this shop. And if it was a sort of a different environment, maybe I wouldn't have had that opportunity to go around and just meet a lot of different people at a lot of different places and find out where the best fit was. So
yeah. Hey, that's amazing. That's good to hear it worked out that way too.
Yeah. That was pretty great.
Yeah, that's awesome. So with it fitting you, I guess that brings me to what do you see your style / specialty at? If you would say this is my thing that I'm really good at.
It's mostly at this point I would say black line work illustration style. So
okay,
something that maybe looks like an illustration from the turn of the century, or
kind of like what we've done.
Yeah. So maybe not as tattoo influenced as influenced by a lot of different artists through time.
Yeah, absolutely. What do you think are your biggest tattoo and non-tattoo art inspirations?
Tattoo art, probably everything.
Okay.
Just to keep an eye on what's going on today and see the directions people are taking it, which I never would have thought of. Nothing really specific, just seeing what people can do technically.
Oh, yeah.
And then non-tattoo artists-wise, probably right around the turn of the century, before photography was developed, all the print and media was all pen and ink work. And that specific period of time has, I think, a lot of my favorite artists in there. Even if I don't know their names, just looking through a lot of the old stuff, and yeah, those guys were just masters, and they don't get a lot of credit because they were, illustrating news stories and illustrating, just small little things that were in the newspaper one day and then thrown away, or in just random, very rare books or things like that. But I've bought a couple collections of things like that, and it's some of my favorite stuff ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's great to hear. It's crazy to think something as small as a news story can have the impact on an artist, over a century later.
Yep.
Yeah,
and these guys were just production artists, just banging it out, and just, man, they were...
Probably didn't think about it, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's crazy, yeah. Yeah.
They were unfortunately sort of killed by photography, which technology is... It'll change things for sure.
Yeah, it's like, there's good, there's bad, yeah.
Yeah, yep.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Then I did want to ask, as far as like you were saying, being saturated and all that. So some people accuse the tattoo culture of becoming somewhat mainstream now, and what I mean by that is you see someone maybe my parents' age with them, maybe someone who works like a day job type thing. Yeah. So do you think that's a valid criticism people have, where they say like tattoos aren't as like taboo anymore, or do you think by being less taboo it's just more accessible to people?
I love that it's less taboo. It's tattooing for a long, long time was very underground, just military, prison culture, like those sort of things. Bikers, very outsider, and it seems like a lot of the guys from that generation worked very hard to keep it that way, and you don't see a lot of growth in the art styles. Whereas if you look at like the last 10 years of tattooing, the guys 10 years ago who were sort of the masters they just seem very very run of the mill now. Like the stuff that people are doing, the access people have to great artists is incredible. I think a lot of that has to do with like Instagram and things like that, and people being able to keep their fingers on things. But also a lot of it has to do with growing up when I was a kid. I'm almost 50, so tattooing was not considered an art form. I was an artist. I never even thought of it for a second. Whereas today, like a young kid coming up, it's like, oh, I want to be a tattoo artist, and they'll start thinking about that and working on that, early on, and it's really just stretched what people are capable of. And lots of people are getting tattoos, so that's really great. Also,
yeah. Definitely, almost like a tattoo renaissance, right?
Yeah. The only downside is there's, within the last year, 3 tattoo shops opened up within a 5-minute walk of here. Also, so it is
competitive, maybe.
Yeah, it's getting saturated. Almost too many people right now, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It hasn't affected me yet too much, but we'll see if it gets any more. Yeah,
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, I guess just to end it off, I wanted to ask if you can get a tattoo from anyone, who would you go with?
There's one guy, Brando Chicey, I think is his name. I think he's Italian.
Yeah, we were talking about that.
I don't know if I can tell his name, but
I'll throw his Instagram on here though.
Yeah. He's doing some really unique things. Very, very cool stuff. Great color palette, and I don't know what it is about his work. It just really jumps out at me. There's a million artists I would like to get tattooed by, but he's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Jason, thank you so much for doing this interview.
My pleasure.
Great work today. Yep.
Yeah.